Running in your game, got you cruising like a Porsche. Put it in your face that you're running 12 course. Ryzen had to speed it up with the 24 threads. Flip a switch up, you can make a lot of bread. So my gamers creators got that new for you. If you're looking for the link up, let me show you what to do. So sit back, relax, make yourself feel nice. Have a break, Kit Kat or a sweet bowl of rice. Hey.
Wait. I mean, you say you got rice. What kind of rice first? Is it fly rice or is it curry rice? What rice?
Not rice, just Ryzen.
Oh. So Shah, you got this right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool, because I got a flight to catch to the Bahamas.
Alright, thanks Shane. Anyways, let me put on my big girl glasses and tie up my hair into a bun because we is about to get serious. My name is Shah and today we are going to be reviewing the Ryzen 3rd generation processor. It's been 2 years since AMD has launched their first Zen microarchitecture CPUs and it's been well received by reviewers and those of us as well. Even though it did have a bumpy launch, the first generation Zen pretty much went well with other applications, especially when it comes to their multi-threaded performance. However, it did lack in few areas, especially when it comes to single-threaded performance in gaming compared to their counterparts Team Blue, if you know who I'm talking about. Now comes the 3rd generation Ryzen processor. Let me bring these babies out. Here and here. On May 2019, AMD has kindly introduced to us these bad boys at the Computex in Taiwan, and when we saw it, we're pretty much excited for what it has to offer. This new Zen 2 architecture features modular design that separates the CPU cores, which is fabricated with 7nm and 12nm process for the I/O and joined together with Infinity Fabric. At the launch, AMD threw a lot of shade during their demonstration. Oof, it was a lot of heat, but let's see how much have they improved on their 3rd generation Ryzen. After the brief reveal of the 3rd generation of Ryzen CPU at this year's CES, there were many price leaks surfaced from the retailer's website and it further fueled the hype. Most of these leaks were quite accurate though. Ryzen 7 3700X was priced at $329, which in Malaysia is about 1,399 ringgit, the same price as the 2nd gen Ryzen 7 2700X. When it comes to Ryzen 9 3900X, it's priced at about $499, which in ringgit is about 2,199 ringgit. The same price with Intel i9 9900K. Alright guys, now let's talk about the specs, okay? We're gonna be comparing between Intel and AMD. The 3rd generation Ryzen uses Zen 2 architecture. The Ryzen 9 3900X is the only one with 12 cores as compared to the rest. The rest of them has multi-threading, except the Intel Core i7 9700K that is only at 8. When it comes to socket, pretty much it basically stays the same as the previous generation. Zen 2 has shrunk from 12nm to 7nm process made by TSMC, whereas Intel stayed the same with 14nm. Now when it comes to clock speeds, pretty much all of them are the same, but when it comes to cache though, L3 cache in Ryzen 7 3700X has doubled and Ryzen 9 3900X has quadrupled, so that's pretty much a lot. Since all of this is consumer processor, pretty much the max memory channels are relatively the same, but when it comes to the max memory frequency, natively, 3rd generation Ryzen can actually support up to 3200 MHz. The Ryzen 3rd generation introduced PCIe 4.0, but in order to access this, you need to have 500 series motherboard because AMD decided to disable it in previous boards. This helps AMD to gain a step ahead in expandability and capability of handling high bandwidth devices. When it comes to TDP, you'll see a huge difference between Ryzen 7 2700X and the Ryzen 7 3700X with a drop of 40 watts. Imagine 105 to 65 and you'll get a cooler computer in the Ryzen 7 3700X. FYI, AMD measures their TDP by boost clock and Intel measures it by base clock. So basic. Gladly, all the AMD products have stock coolers, which comes in RGB by the way, but Intel doesn't. Now when it comes to the prices, pretty much the Ryzen 7 3700X is similar to the launching price of its previous generation. Okay, so one of the main changes that we've noticed when it comes to the Ryzen 3rd generation processor is that when it comes to the process size, now remember, I mentioned that they shrunk from 12nm to 7nm. What this means is that it takes less power consumption and you get higher performance out of it. Basically, this also allows further improvement to the instruction per core performance, meaning you get to do a lot more stuff and less heat is produced. AMD advertised the packed cache as the Game Cache, which they claimed would improve your gaming experiences and boost your overall FPS. Game cache isn't something new, but having more cache does help in many places. One example, it would be the optimization of faster RAM, which is why 3200 MHz is now natively supported by Zen 2. The new generation of the Ryzen processor also features the Precision Boost 2 and Precision Boost Overdrive from the previous generation. If you guys want to know about it more, check out our previous episode on Threadripper 2. Alright guys, so this is what we use for our test bench. For the motherboard, we are using the Gigabyte X570 Aorus Master. CPU cooler is AMD stock cooler. For the RAM, we're using the G-Skill Trident Z Royal Series 2x8GB at 3600 MHz DDR4 rated at 1.35 volts. Storage, we're using 2TB Aorus M.2 NVMe Gen 4 SSD. For the power supply, we're using the Thermaltake Tough Power IRGB plus 1250 watts rated at 80 plus titanium. Finally, for the GPU, we're using the Radeon RX 5700 XT. Alright guys, before we move to benchmarks, let's talk about the X570 Aorus Master motherboard we're using for today. Now, this is the latest high-end ATX motherboard by Gigabyte for 3rd generation Ryzen CPUs, loaded with everything you need for max performance for your new desktop. The X570 chipset offers extensive DDR4 memory support, allowing overclocking of DDR4 RAM up to a whopping 4400 MHz. Yep. The motherboard has 3 PCIe 4.0 16-lane slot and 3 PCIe 4.0 M.2 NVMe slot with thermal guard, which are on top of a server-grade PCB that helps you unlock the best performance from PC peripherals. The PCIe and DDR4 slots have been reinforced to withstand the weight of high-end GPUs. The motherboard also spots huge fins array heatsink with direct touch heat pipe and high thermal conductivity pad. Other than that, it also has a dedicated heatsink with high-quality ball bearing fan that comes with 3 operating modes to minimize noise and extend the fan longevity. Other awesome features of this motherboard include programmable ARGB LED lighting via Gigabyte's RGB Fusion 2.0, the newest high-speed AX Wi-Fi 6 standard, Realtek 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port, front and rear USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C connectivity, industry-leading Saber Sound DEC, integrated baseplate and I/O Shield and Q-Flash Plus that lets you update your BIOS without even putting that CPU, memory, and GPU. Moving on to the benchmarks. Based on the numbers, it's definitely proven that AMD has came through with their promises for faster cores and stronger performance. Besides lagging a little bit behind when it comes to higher resolution gaming, 3rd generation Ryzen definitely still surpassed Intel when it comes to other places in productivity based on the results. In terms of stability, we did not run into any issues during our test thus far, thank God, but you do need to update your BIOS if you're using previous generation motherboards so that it'll be compatible with the new CPUs. Pairing the 5700 XT with the PCIe 4.0 does show some differences, but in terms of improvement in FPS, it's not really that much. There's also a reduction in frame time by 10% compared to the RTX 2070, but that's only because of the higher bandwidth of the PCIe 4.0. For most applications, PCIe 3.0 is more than enough. In fact, the only upgrade you'll probably see right now is storage speed, since flagship GPUs like RTX 2080 Ti uses PCIe 3.0. In short, the Ryzen 7 3700X is a steal with a price at $329 or 1,399 ringgit with 8 cores and 16 threads. But if you really want to have a taste of what this generation of Ryzen can do, then I'd go for the Ryzen 9 3900X, which comes with 12 cores and 24 threads, priced at $499 or 2,199 ringgit. This is the first time we're seeing 12 cores and 24 threads in a consumer CPU, and it almost rivals with the performance of the Threadripper 2950X, and that thing doubles in price. The main takeaway of all of this is that not only AMD has given us a significantly better product than their previous generations, but they have also managed to do it with a price to performance ratio that is simply unrivaled. AMD's decision to use AM4 sockets as well as making them backwards compatible also means that you get to save a few bucks, especially if you already own a previous gen motherboard. But you will be missing out on cool new features though, like the PCIe 4.0, which will not only give you access to faster storage, but it will undoubtedly give you access to better hardware in the future, making it future-proof. Can the editors put future-proof? Okay guys, so if you already own the Ryzen 7 2700X, then upgrading it to Ryzen 7 3700X is not really ideal for you because performance-wise, really not that much of a difference. However, if you're looking for horsepower of Threadripper but on budget, then we would definitely recommend Ryzen 9 3900X and it would be perfect for you. Alrighty guys, I hope you guys enjoy my first review taking over Shane's spot. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe at our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube page, all under the name Mobhouse Productions. And if you don't remember that, please, the name is already there, Mobhouse. Our title is named at Mobhouse. I'll see you guys next time on our next episode and reviews.